most of us grow up like I did, not not ever fasting, not ever having any period that forces your body to become fat adapted. And I think that that's important for all of us to achieve, and it allows you to have so much more flexibility about when you eat. You know, I did a podcast a few weeks ago with Will Cole where we talked about intermittent fasting, and that was a big takeaway that, hey, humans need to have some period without food. And if you can't do that, then your body is not metabolically flexible, and that's a problem.
Uh, Going back to like mushrooms or DMT or whatever, and I played with some of that stuff, in college, not in over 20 years, but it was as profound an impact on me to be in ketosis for 2 months as it was any drug I've ever done in my life. Just the shift in my thinking, the shift in my day to day, it was it was really really profound. I mean, basically the way I called it is I stopped chasing glucose. I was basically forgetting to eat, and I'm assuming it's because my body was burning fat and I had so much excess fat that my body was like, all right, we're good to go, let's party. And it was really to this day it's really profound. I almost feel bad for anyone who's never been in ketosis or who gets to experience that, to be free from chasing glucose.
I agree. I think that if you're on the glucose roller coaster for your whole life, then you're in a little bit of a cage. And
Yeah.
realizing that you don't have to be in that cage for your whole life is very freeing. You know, if I don't have food, I don't have to eat. But if I have food, I can eat. And I have found, and I've talked about this previously, that when I include some carbohydrates in my diet, I do feel better, and I have concerns with long-term ketosis for humans. I think it's something that works really well in a cyclic fashion, and long-term it can have some implications that we all need to be aware of. So, as much as I've been, as much as I've been kind of a, I've fallen prey to dogmatism in the past. I try to correct that now.
I think you did that on my podcast too when you came on too, and it was actually really refreshing for me, and I have eaten a couple bananas since then, and I feel great.
You didn't die
Um,
from bananas.
no. And actually, when people ask me, they say, "Hey, are you still into ketosis?" And I'm like, "I don't think so. I should probably check." But I'm actually, after talking with you, I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to come out of it for a few months, or not be as strict as I was. I'm still not going to eat any, refined carbohydrates or added sugars, but I will play with honey like you suggested, and try to incorporate some more fruits."